So now we get to talk about the Midtown East, where the Cure is located, which was started by Deerfield Management and the New York City Economic Development Corporation. There is so much about this institution that is amazing. You know, we had our event at the Cure, our first in-person event 2 weeks ago, and a little bit of a tour of the building given by the head of Deerfield Management. And that was a very exciting event, and really just introduced the breadth of the work that you're doing there. So we're excited to hear more about that this morning.
Sure, I'm excited to tell you about it. You know, we believe in cures for cancers and childhood diseases. And Deerfield did not set out to be landlords. We really wanted to create this holistic ecosystem, to have thought leaders, innovators, academics, all under one building. And we want it to be organic, where you're running into a thought leader, where you are collaborating individually with each other. And how great would it be to have a meeting in, you know, having lunch and run into a scientist, right? Somebody that you need and have those resources under one roof. I'm going to run through some of the slides just showing the construction, which I am very, very involved in. We have, you know, coming into our lobby, there were so many thoughts that went into creating this ecosystem. You know, we have even the molecules on the floor, creating the tree, we call it a tree of life, of anyone that's within our building being part of such a great ecosystem. You know, we have our suite labs and bridging the gap to have this synergistic interaction between the stakeholders and everyone that's involved, and thinking about even the security throughout the building. You know, as you walk in, every aspect was thought about. Even the revolving doors, having those as the turnstiles, the sizing. There's a lot involved throughout this, and having our state-of-the-art conference and collaboration center, you know, bringing life science and healthcare and business, you know, really all coming together to succeed. And having all these healthcare leaders, the executive, the experts, the academics, clinicians, entrepreneurs, everyone under this roof. We're very passionate about this. This floor here is our conference center and collaboration center that will be completed mid-January of 2022. And this is going to be a really great area for leaders to come together. And this will hold anywhere from small groups to 450 people, which is a very large space. We have, you know, Cure Conference and Teaching Center. We have a fellows program where we believe when you have diverse backgrounds, it leads to diversified thinking. And you have different types of thinking that comes through, different types of ideas when you have those different backgrounds. So it's a very innovative way of thinking, you know, as well. So coming through, we have, this is also part of the conference center. So it's not just about having, you know, this beautiful space throughout the building. There is a purpose behind it. Again, having everyone under one roof to be able to collaborate in a wonderful environment, and having the flexibility to do that. Not everyone has the same needs. Not everyone has, some have an 8-person conference, some have the 450-person conference. And having the flexibility to accommodate that at the Cure is extremely important to be able to network and collaborate. We have a MedTech incubator. It is marrying the not-for-profit with profit. You think about when you have pediatrics and you have the masses, 500,000 children that is in need of a medical device. It's easier from a cost perspective to get that device pushed out there. But imagine the 5 children that are forced to use an adult device. It doesn't work. So imagine that we are able to marry our not-for-profit with our profit, and we can actually push those 5 devices out there, and that these children will now survive. So we are extremely passionate about getting these cures out there on every level. We have a suite lab incubator that we are working through, which benefits, the residents and the ecosystem of Cure, which will have, drug development support in cutting edge drug development. We have our rooftop event space. That is a large nano wall that actually opens up to the outdoor. This holds 267 people standing, but we have some flexible space there as well. It's very cool. We've had a few events there. Currently, right now, we have Break Into the Boardroom happening at the Cure right now. The amount of construction steel that we had to lift to be able to get all of the infrastructure on our roof was really quite amazing. This is a rendering of, actually, this was not a rendering, this was an actual event that took place. And we have some of the walls that open up, and we have high-tech AV that's happening up there as well. So just really cool. You can see all the construction that went into this space. But again, having multi-purpose, flexible space was extremely important to be able to have the facilities and infrastructure to support all of the needs. We also are a lab-ready building, so all of our floors are lab-ready. We have a great air filtration system where it's a three-stage filtration system where a lot of type A, class A buildings in New York City are stage 2 filtration. And we all have fresh air. We have redundancy in terms of our generators and backup throughout the building. We don't want a cure for cancer sitting in our building and the research is destroyed because of a power outage. That's not an option. And neither is breathing recycled air. So we have, phenomenal air coming through all of our building here, throughout the building here at Cure. So this is just showing you the spaces that we have available throughout Cure and all of the work that has gone into this. The ergonomics of having all the stand-up desks just for comfort for everybody working. We are all human beings and we want the ability to be able to have a comfortable working environment and a flexible work environment as well. Our cellar, we are currently planning to have a wine cellar, operations, a kitchen downstairs in Cure. We have on the second floor, a collaboration, that's the collaboration residency space that I had showed you. And then we have 2 tenants on our 3rd floor. We are currently working on our suite incubator on the 4th floor. And we are also working on our lab floor has been completed on floor 6, which is very exciting for us. And we also have, our Deerfield floors, 10, 11, and 12. This photo here is this is the 9th floor. This was under construction, and we were still able to have a fantastic event there as well. But again, this is not just about the events at Cure. It is about bringing all of the thought leaders and innovators together. But this is our lab that we just had built on the 6th floor.
Terrific. And what about the team that built this building? A couple of them are our members. You want to give them a shout out? Absolutely.
We have JB&B, who are essential to this build. I'm sure they're in the audience somewhere or listening. They were essential. Gensler, our architects, were phenomenal. Who else am I missing that is part of your Thurton Tomasetti? Absolutely. I'm sorry. Cerami. Yeah. We have Tritech. This is a large team to be able safety partners for our labs. Thank you for giving the rundown of everyone we have. It's a very long list of everyone that we have working on the Cure to make it a success on a daily basis. And of course, the great city of New York.
Does anyone have a quick question? Well, thank you for giving us the opportunity to build your building and for this amazing center in New York. I'm sure it's going to be a magnet from around the country.
Absolutely. It's a very exciting time.
Thanks.
You're very welcome.